Okay, I'll call this to order at 3:41 p.m. I will start with the territorial acknowledgement. We respectfully acknowledge that the SFSS is located on traditional and ceded territories of the Coast Salish peoples, including the Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, Coquitlam, and Catsi nations. Unceded means these territories have never been handed over, sold, or given up by these nations, and we're currently situated on occupied territories. Okay, roll call attendance, VP internal.
I'm here, my pronouns is him, all my access is from that.
Thank you. VP finance.
Yeah, name is Simmer, pronouns she, her, all my access needs are met.
Thank you. VP external.
Joe, he, him pronouns, access needs met.
Thank you. VP equity may or may not be joining us. VP event is here. It's just thank you. I think he's just downstairs working with finance. VP university.
Hi, name's Rishu, he, him, all access needs are met.
Thank you. OM. Oh, Arbor is joining us. Admin assistant. Thank you. I'll say Arba, but Arba, could you hear us? We're just doing roll call attendance.
Okay, sure. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Araba. She has pronounced my access needs are met.
Thank you. Then myself, EM is access needs are met, and yeah. Let's move on. Consent agenda be resolved to adopt the consent agenda by unanimous consent. Anyone oppose? Any changes to the previous meeting minutes? Okay, seeing none, I will seek unanimous consent on this. Seeing no dissent, that is carried unanimously. Moving on to the adoption of the agenda. Be resolved to adopt the agenda as presented. I move. I need a seconder. Turn of seconds. Floor is open for list and amendments. Go ahead.
I'd like to amend on a in-camera titled letter of support.
Oh, yes. I think I was gonna.
An emotion following, whereas the letter was reviewed in camera, it resolved that the 2024-2025 exec committee supports the letter.
Yes, you move. I second.
Sorry, Sam, can you speak louder? I didn't hear that at all.
So Sam is amending on an in-camera for a letter of support, and he's also accompanying that with a motion to approve it ex-camera.
Sounds good.
I'll put it in chat.
And he moves. I need a seconder.
External.
External seconds. Anyone oppose? Question. I was gonna put that as a discussion, but does it need to be in cam?
I think it's a PIPA.
Okay, sure. Okay, seeking unanimous consent to amend that on. Okay, seeing no dissent, that is carried. Any other lists and amendments? I have two lists. I don't know if this needs to be. Does an award contract need to go in cam? An award that we're trying to sign. Okay. I'll just amend that on as a discussion item for international and indigenous awards. And then maybe discussion as well, kickoff updates. Yeah. I need a seconder.
Okay.
Internal seconds. Anyone opposed? Okay, seeing none, that's carried unanimously. Any other lists or amendments? Okay, seeing none, I will be resolved to adopt the agenda as amended. See no dissent, that's carried unanimously. Moving on to reports, management. Nothing. Execs. Executive report. I will start with the order of this. Internal.
Last week, been helping out a lot with Clubs Day, trying to promote things there. Was there on the Tuesday and Wednesday. Other than that, I've been working on our fall campaigns and that. Did some stuff on sponsorship and then those are my primary focuses since the last exec meeting.
Thank you. VP Finance.
So this month and fall in general, a lot of stuff's coming up with the AGM. So I'm starting the report that I would have to present at AGM. It's like 15 to 20 pages just regarding what last year's team did. Financially, I'm also meeting with Van City next week to try and switch our investments over from stuff that doesn't align with our IP, because going through our index fund, some of the stocks in that index aren't aligning. So we're just trying to see if we can switch that over. Other than that, starting to also work on the referendum for student fee increases. And yeah, I think that's the major. Oh, and because our financials are going to be finalized in February, we have to get the changes in by maybe end of November. So I'm starting to meet with some of the different departments just having a look with myself and my AVPs just to see where we can start cutting to get closer to that budget balancing.
Thank you. VP External.
Question, is this the new time for the exec, like permanently for this one?
No, just today.
Updates.
Going forward, I sent the update, but it should be reflecting your calendars. The new time will be 2 to 4.
Same day?
Correct.
Okay, lovely. Exec update, mostly just working on sponsorships for the kickoff, vendors, food trucks, updating contracts to make sure that we're all aligned, finalizing the list. We finalized our sponsors Sunday. So the final list, whoever's going to be, because we have to print the merchandise order on Monday. So that's basically where we are with sponsors. In terms of other stuff, there is a mayor's council press conference coming up on the 17th that we were invited to. Put in a statement talking about why it's important to fund transit, the 600 million gap. So did that already. Invited the campaigns coordinator, still collecting statements from student groups because that's something they were interested in. And then met with SFU for like the financial campaign piece, like transparency piece that they wanted to look into. I can't remember anything. It's been a week, I'm sorry.
Okay. Thank you. VP University.
Basically, I know everybody first of all, I'm just going to go backwards here. That's what I'm going to think about. So first of all, me and Emmanuel got the $5,000 sponsorship from Campus Services yesterday. I'm working on my SSP. Basically, all my projects are in phase 2 right now. My SSP, we're working on that. I joined a committee with Jennifer Kanji on it now for basically analyzing the new SFU equity diversity survey. That's a new thing. Apart from that, there's the Council Social, my AVP is working on that completely. Tony Foster for that. The priority enrollment for Indigenous students is basically in phase 3 now. I've talked to Tom Nolan and everybody, they're totally in line. There's just one thing we need to figure out that we need to work with SFU on it. Apart from that, the survey is basically almost done. We're going to do a trial run with a few students just to say how long is it going to be, and then make any tweaks if needed. But that's the only few things that come to my mind right now.
Okay. Thank you. Internal.
I just got a quick question from a counselor about whether or not the survey would go out to council before going out to students. What was your thoughts for that? I can also touch base with you later about it.
Rishu?
Sorry, was that to me? Because I can't really hear Sam.
Oh, oh, can you hear me better now?
Yes, that's better.
Okay. I got a question from a counselor about whether or not the survey would be going out to council before it went out to the general student body. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything about
which survey.
No, we haven't really thought about anything like that. And the timelines are kind of set now, so I think it's too late to change about anything for that.
Sounds good. I will let them know.
Okay.
Is this the DEI survey?
What do you say?
What survey is this?
You just talked about it, Joe.
He was also mumbling a little.
It's a student satisfaction survey. We've been talking about this for the last month.
Lovely. Perfect.
I guess.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. I think that's everyone. Myself, been wrapping up with our management restructuring group. Just finalizing some last pieces with that. I think we're almost there. Maybe when I think it's something, I don't know if I put it on, but we'll touch on some of that in camp, so I'll leave that. And then of course, clubs days, lots of meetings, and yeah, and then just the usual SLO duties and then yeah, some stuff would kick off as well. Yeah, and then getting some sponsorships. Yeah. Okay. I will move on to see the motions are before discussion item. I might want to change this order moving forward. Yeah, I don't know why it's after on this, but because some of the it's okay. I will do the motions first because there's an in-cam motion that I wanted to do after in-cam, but that's okay.
You can listen and then vote it up.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to do that? Go ahead.
On the list and request that we switch the order of discussion items and in camera to move discussion items and in camera in front of motions for any business.
Guess you move. I second. Anyone opposed? Okay, seeing none, that's carried unanimously. I will do the discussion items first. I think the only ones are the ones I amended on, if I'm correct. Right, okay. So I would do the awards first. I don't know, I think most people know about this, or maybe not. But I think the SFSS was working on two awards from I believe 2 years ago, and it was supposed to be approved by the Liam team, but I don't know what happened there. But it has come up on our radar again. I believe it's been reviewed, if I'm correct, and the piece that it was mostly missing was they never got around actually signing it. Um, I don't know if Sindhu has any additional context on this, but that's from what I know, that's what I know about this. Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's just one change from SFP's end, so as long as that's not
What was the change? Okay. So if that's other than that, was that the only reason why it wasn't signed? Okay. Okay. I want to assume so because it's a lot of money. So I'm guessing it's probably been pre-approved, at least from what I know. Let's see. And it seems like also combined under one. Okay, cool. I could send you the updated version and then let me know if whatever the issue was has been resolved. But I just wanted to bring that just to let you guys know we'll be signing that and it will probably be on the next SFU awards thing, whenever that is. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Are there any thoughts, comments, questions about that?
Could you repeat what Cindy said because couldn't really hear that at all.
Yeah, so she was just providing clarity about the awards. I had mentioned that they were supposed to be signed since like I believe 2 executive teams ago, and Liam's team was supposed to deal with it as well, but it didn't sign it. And the potential reason that she's providing is that there was a part on SFU's end that needed to be clarified. So I was just saying that I would send the updated version to her for review. And if that piece is dealt with, then I will be signing this. But I just wanted to bring this just so you guys know.
Is it possible for us to review as well?
Yes, I could CC everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. Moving on. I wanted to provide kickoff updates. I could talk about some of this, but I need to try to speak to this. At least from what I know, and maybe Joe, you could chime in as well if you know more about this. I think we're roughly about no, yeah, 7 days. No,
We are exactly 7 days.
okay. We're roughly about 7 days out, and I think most of the pieces or all of the pieces are in place. I think production is set. The venue's good to go. The security piece is also taken care of. Sponsorships is also taken care of. I won't speak about specific numbers, but maybe when we're in camera, I could speak about that. But those are also taken care of, which is good. In terms of executive support on the day of, I'm expecting everyone to be there on the day of just to provide support in whatever ways needed. I don't know if there's an exact um, um, things that would be needed from executives on the day of, but hopefully closer to that time, Citrons could provide more clarity. Um, yeah. Joel, is there anything you wanted to add?
On which piece particular?
Just kick off overall because the event is next week and we will not have a touch point before that.
Hello.
Sorry?
On which piece particular?
Nothing specific,
Um,
just in
I,
general.
yeah,
But
I
I
think
could
that
have covered.
we have a lot of in-kind sponsors. Uh, what I can think of. In terms of the day of, there is a previous outline of what was like needed on the day of, or like exact help. I can forward that over, but I don't think it's going to be very relevant to this year's thing.
Yeah. Citron is here. Maybe you could speak to it. I provided a brief update on kickoff. Um, but I was saying that all execs are expected to be there. Um, is there any clarity on what exactly execs will be doing on the day of or any specific requirements?
I would expect you guys to take leads on different stations, but it just depends if you're willing to. So if not, I do have a team which can take it. But I just expect that execs have more responsibility and liability on the day off, so they are going to be definitely more responsible than my team. So it's better for us to take lead on stations and different contacts instead of my team. But if not, then it's
Okay, cool. Anyone not going to be there? From what I know, I think everyone is expected to be there. Okay, cool. Yeah, it looks like you're gonna have all execs. So you could think about more specifically whatever you need. Cool. I think that was it. If no one else has anything, I will go in camera. I think most, yeah, yeah, correct. Yeah. And then I suspect in cam is gonna go really long. So worst case scenario, Cindy would just take okay. Well, let me go in camera first. Be resolved to go in camera for the remainder of the meeting. I move. I need a seconder. Internal seconds. Anyone opposed? Okay, see none. That's carried unanimously. And we'll be going in camera. Thanks, and I'll send you a message when we're back from in camp. Oh yes, I need to go do that. Arba, am I in the waiting? Also join on Zoom if she wants. Really up to her. Oh, Was that Peter? Peter, up to you. You could sit in my office. We're almost done, like 10 minutes. Your door office. It's open. Should I just get
Yeah,
going
just
and
go.
then you could just take, okay. Okay, I would go ex cam, be resolved to go ex camera for the remainder of the meeting. I move. I need a seconder. Internal seconds. Anyone opposed? Seeing none, that's carried unanimously. Okay, Joe, do you want to do your list or I could say it for you? I'm gonna move to amend, the rules to get your motion. To add a motion for AVP appointment for VP external. I move. I need a seconder. Internal. Anyone opposed? Okay, saying none, that's carried unanimously. Motion is in the chat. Okay, I will read the ones. Our first motion is council meeting refreshments. Whereas council meetings will aim to be in person or hybrid for the remainder of the semester. Resolve to approve $200 from council meeting refreshments from line item 814 / 20 for the fall semester. I move. I need a seconder. Internal. Anyone opposed to this? Or list discussions?
Next week still.
Yes. Oh, yes, I will announce that after this. Okay, seeing none, I assume this is carried unanimously. Moving on to the next one, Ayatsu grant appeal. Whereas Ayatsu Frosh 2024 was approved for $1,700, whereas Ayatsu applied the grant requesting an additional $750. Resolved to approve X in grant funding from line item 5,000 G. I move. I need a seconder. Turn a second for is open for list and discussions. Question: how long is this event?
2 days.
And is there additional funding for food?
One is for food. Sorry, just putting it up here. Yeah, one is for food. The other one is not. They're requesting an extra 500 for the food piece.
And then what's the one?
It's $250 for a venue booking, I believe.
Is that off campus?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Simmer, do you have thoughts on this or
1 second. Give me a sec. I'm just pulling it up again.
Sam? You had a list?
Oh, no,
Oh.
I'll listen to what somebody says first.
Yeah, I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say, I think because we originally said 500 for food.
Yeah.
If it is a 2-day event, then I think because.
1,000, yeah.
So we could do the extra 500.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 250 for the venue.
It's just
I'm not
debatable. Okay. So I think I'm okay with adding the extra 500. It's just a 250 piece that I need executive opinion on. Simmer, Sam.
Yeah, I think the food as well, just because we've been giving 500 a day. That's good. The venue, sorry, Sindhu, I'm just going through their grant appeal. Where is it that they need? Like, what do you remember where the venue is?
I didn't get the original request from full thing from.
Oh, okay. It says 250 more for venue booking costs since they need to book one more room than expected. Though our ticket sales would be able to cover this if we increase the grant for food. So I think I'm just gonna copy this into the chat so everyone can see it. I think I'm okay with increasing the food so that will cover their venue cost anyway. And we can leave that out.
We're hoping to get 250 more for venue. Since we needed to book one. Expected. So they're hoping the ticket sales could cover the 250? Okay.
They're saying that if they increase the food, that food attraction, I guess, like for tickets, would increase the ticket sales, which they wouldn't need then to cover the venue.
So are you recommending just approve the 500?
Yeah, that's what I recommend, not the 250 for the venue.
Okay, is anyone else have a different opinion? If not, I am aligned.
I'm in agreement.
Cindy?
So this, yeah, moving X to 2,200.
Correct. Okay, I will move to amend X to say 2,200. Anyone, sorry, I need a seconder.
Internal.
Anyone opposed? Okay, that's carried unanimously. Now I'm seeking unanimous consent on the motion itself.
Yeah, oh, never mind, sorry.
Seeing no dissent, that's carried unanimously. Pool table guidelines, whereas the Space Oversight Committee approved funding to transport a donated pool table on July 4th, 2024. Whereas the pool table has been placed in the sub and requires guidelines before it's used, be resolved to approve and implement the sub pool table guidelines as presented by the executive committee to be reviewed annually. I move, and the seconder. Internal seconds. Floor is open for lists and discussions. I see Joel has a list. Clarification, were you able to review the doc I shared? Does it look good?
I think I have to answer just questions about like equipment storage and things like that.
I know they're currently kept in the room next to the front desk. Is it okay staying there or no?
I think if we clarify that, the only other thing is I would recommend if there is any feedback from staff in the next week or so, that we bring it up at the next exec meeting. And if there's any changes, we just need it.
Yeah, I know we also wanted to put a QR code. I think I forgot to include this. We wanted to put a QR code on the table. So like, not a paper version, but like a sticky one that could be like, permanently put on the, maybe like the edge of the table so that students could just, like a student review or whatever, like giving their thoughts
Feedback.
about student feedback. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be done.
Yeah.
My only other comment, I think, was around the booking process for the reservation thing. If it's booked for like events, then it needs to go through the regular booking process,
Correct.
like by group. And from like a health and safety perspective, it just might need to be blocked off. So if we need to order sanctions, funds for that.
Yeah. Okay, that seems like pretty minor things that don't stop it from moving on. Okay. Joe?
This is an unrelated list. Was the invoice ever sent to you for the moving? I was charged, but I never had the invoice.
Wait, did we pay? No?
I paid, it was on my credit card.
Did you submit a check, right?
I don't have the invoice.
Well, yeah, maybe connect with them.
No, they sent it to you. Because
me?
the invoice would be, yeah, because you were the one that signed the contract.
I could check my inbox. And then how are you coordinating, I'm forgetting his name, the person that donated the pool table, he wanted to cover part of the transfer fee.
He's paid it already. So the invoice would be just for our portion.
Part we're paying?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look in my inbox and then I could send that to you and then you could process a check, right?
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. If there are no more thoughts, I think that's good to just move to approval. I'm going to seek unanimous consent on this. Anyone opposed? Seeing none, that's carried unanimously. You amended a motion, so I'll do that. Letter of support motion reads, whereas the executive committee reviewed the proposed letter in camera. Do we need to state the person's name? Okay. Be resolved that the executive support the letter. I move, and the second internal. Any discussion on this? We already talked about it, but okay, seeing none, I'm gonna take this to a vote. Seeking unanimous consent. If you wish to abstain or dissent, please signify. Great. Carried unanimously. Joe, do you want to read your motion?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Whereas under R7 of council policies, vice presidents may appoint AVPs to assist in duties of their respective executive office. Whereas under R17 of council policies, nominations for positions of AVP shall be ratified, subject to approval by the exec committee by a majority vote. Whereas Zian Sayani has been nominated by Joel Gulani to be AVP External and Community Affairs for the year 2024-2025. Be it resolved that the exec committee appoints Zian Sayani as the associate vice president, External and Community Affairs until April 30th, 2025.
Justin, you move. I second. Floor is open for lists and discussions. Okay, I don't see any. I would take that to a vote. Seeking unanimous consent on this. Okay, that is carried unanimously. I think that was the last one, if I'm correct. Okay. And then moving on to announcements, thanks for reminding me. Next week's council meeting is going to be in Surrey. We'll provide more details with room number. I don't remember it, but we would include it in the calendar invite. It's on the same day as Surrey's Clubs Day, so we'll be meeting in person at Surrey, and we'll be sending that out to council soon. And what else did I want to add? Yeah, I think that was it. Any other pieces on this? Or anything else that people wanted to announce or talk about? Because again, we will not be meeting until 2 weeks from now. Okay, I don't see any. I will move to adjournment. Let's go. Okay, be resolved to adjourn the meeting at 5:12 p.m. I move. I need a seconder. Internal. Anyone opposed? Okay, I don't see any. That is carried unanimously. Thanks everyone. I will see you guys next week. And yeah, have a good weekend.
Thank you. Reminder to